Welcome to Ghana.
Thank you so much.
What would you say are your first impressions so far?
I mean, so far so good. I've already met a lot of really good people, friendly people. I'm looking forward to be a part of Ghana, of the culture, and of course to meet the staff and the players and start to work hard with them.
Brilliant. Looking through your profile, you've had lots of things in Europe, and this probably is your first appointment in Africa. When the approach from the FA started, how did you go about it?
Yeah, of course, it will be my first time to work in Africa, but I worked with many African players before. For example, when I worked previously in the US, we actually had people from more or less all the continents in the world. So I think that's something that is really fun to get to know people from different places in the world. I mean, in the US, we had players from Australia, New Zealand, China, Nigeria, South Africa, Brazil, US, Europe, a little bit everywhere. And I think that was amazing time off the pitch as well to learn and grow as a human.
And so a bit of the work you have done as a coach, you've won laurels in Sweden and outside Sweden. Is it something that you want to add on to having taken this job?
Yeah, of course. I want this team to improve, and I think the potential here in Ghana is huge. If you look right now in the first team, there's a good mix between some players with experience, but there is for sure a lot of young players that's coming up right now. And already in short term, I think that the team is ready to fight and win the most of the games. But I think over long term, I think like I said, the potential is huge here in Ghana. And if you're watching the players 16, 17, 18 years old, and they are really, really talented. So I think to change a little bit the momentum that have been with this Volta, for example, to keep building and hopefully we will see a Ghana team with a better ranking than 66 in the future, because I think the people here deserve a better team, and I know that they can do it. Like I said, the potential is great already now, but in the future it will be even better. Yeah, I know some of the players since before, but of course it's a challenge now in the start to get to know all the people as soon as possible. I want to start to travel and visit them in their club teams and to get to know them off the pitch, but also learn their skills on the pitch as well. So step by step, it will be better and better when I get to know them, and I'm looking forward to do that.
Speaking of knowing them on the pitch, you have an opportunity to play 2 friendly matches this month. How are you approaching those games, and what do you hope to see from the team in those matches?
Yeah, of course, it will be to jump into the deep water. The first thing to play against Morocco after just a couple of trainings. What I can do before that, probably not so much, to be honest. But I want the team to believe in themselves. I also want us to be a little bit more aggressive, both with and without the ball, to press a little bit harder, to attack quicker, but also to keep the DNA in the Ghana football, to play a beautiful football, the ball on the ground and things like that. So a mix that keep the good things that have been, but also add some new things that I think can help the team in the future.
What have been your conversations with the technical people in the FA, in the technical setup, like a technical director? I know you've met to discuss a few things. Can you share with us some of the things that you...
I mean, there is always things that you discuss before a job like this, of course, but I'm feeling that we are on the same page, and we all think that there are so many talented players, like I said, here in Ghana. So I think the team can improve, We know when it comes to football and humans, it sometimes takes a little bit of time. But I think over long term, we will see a really good team here from Ghana.
How difficult or easy was it accepting this job?
I think in the end it was easy actually. Of course, there are always things to discuss, but in the end of the day, it was easy.
And I'm sure you've met your technical team.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was a good first meeting, and I'm looking forward to meet them now again in Morocco and to get to know them even better.
You've spoken about aggression. You've spoken about hard work. You've spoken about the Ghanaian football talent, that is the DNA, keeping the ball on the ground and expressing yourself. These are attributes that we all know are kind of common attributes to the ordinary Ghanaian player. From your philosophy as a coach, what do you seek to change? The mentality, the psyche of the players, the ability to believe, and all of that. Are these things that you hope to add to what you have already observed?
Yeah, I mean, of course we need to believe. If we don't think we can win the tournament in the summer, for example, there is no way we will do that. Of course, if you ask someone outside of Ghana, they will say they have like other favorites to win the tournament, but we need to believe in it. And we need to do that as a group. That means like the staff have to work really hard together, support each other, and even more important, the players, of course. And that job will start now in the first camp. And like I said, there are things we can do on the pitch, but also off the pitch, of course, to get together as a group.
Speaking of believing, speaking of going into the tournament with that mentality, you have inherited a team that has qualified for a tournament. Before this year, we couldn't make it to the previous tournament. And then in 2018, Ghana hosted and unfortunately exited in the second round. Having looked at these analyses, where does it place you?
Of course, if you want to be negative, you can see that if you're looking at the FIFA ranking, you can see that the team have been moving in the wrong direction for, I don't know, 20 years maybe or something like that. And I think the quality in the team is better than like the FIFA ranking shows. So I think for sure that we will be better and better. There are so many like talent players, like I said. So I think they will grow and improve a lot, like in the future, for sure.
Come on board on a 2-year deal. Now, during this period, you have the Women's AFCON. You'll be playing some international friendly matches. You have the FIFA World Cup as well along the line. But that depends on what we do or how well we perform at the Africa Cup of Nations. What is your short to mid to long term goal as a new coach of the team?
I mean, as a coach, you always live with your results, and that's the fun part, but also sometimes the difficult part. Like I said, I think there are things that you can control, and there are other things that you can't control. I mean, and it's the same in a football game. Okay, sometimes you're having a bad day, but you just need to make sure that it's not happening in the tournament. Okay, if someone having an injury or a red card or something like that, there are things that you maybe can't always control, okay? But we need to make sure that we are ready and prepared when the tournament starts, that we have talking about the different scenarios, and we know the opponent very well. We have done our scouting work and everything like. So the preparation have already been starting, and we will do everything we can to make a great tournament in the summer. But we also need to remember to live today and take care of every day until that tournament. And what happened in Morocco in the summer, we don't know yet, but we need to believe in ourselves and do our best.
Not long ago, I engaged Charles Sampson, who is one of your assistants, and he spoke highly of you. said that you are one of the best hands, to get to handle the Black Queens at this particular time. He has been in Sweden for quite a long time. He's been working with different clubs at different age levels, and he's one of the people you'll be working with. What are you looking ahead to having someone like him on board?
I mean, it's great, of course. Like, he have been a good player by himself, and he also know he maybe gonna make my job a little bit easier because he have almost half Swedish now. Like, he have lived there for a while, and he can also probably help me with some, I will not call it problems, but things that can pop up when you work with in a new country.
I'm sure you have not seen any live game yet in terms of domestic football, but you might have seen a few videos or watched a few videos. And what have you picked up so far in terms of the levels of the game?
I mean, I watched everything that is possible to watch. All the games that I can find, and I watched all the players that have playing abroad and things like that as well. But with that said, there is so many things I need to see more of, especially here in Ghana, to travel around and watch the league and meet people and the players for sure. On the pitch, there's so many technical good players. Of course, there are things that I think that we can do better. Otherwise, there's no reason to have me here as a coach. Okay, so I think, like I said, I think there are players that are really skillful. For example, in the attack, let's use them a little bit more. Let them believe in themselves to take the ball forward, to attack, and use the creative ability to dribble, create chances, hopefully score more goals, and we win more games. Okay, but we need to put the players in those kind of positions so they can do that more often. So that would be a part of my job when it comes to a tactical aspect, for example.
You are in a country where, there is very much demand in terms of results. You have spoken a lot about a coach, showing results, and there is the fun aspect and then the difficult aspect. In Ghana, everybody is a coach, and there are sports programs on radio, on TV, online, on various social media handles where a lot of discussions go on, especially when things don't go well. And when things go well, you are a hero. Everybody will talk about you and praise you and all of that. Yeah. You are coming into a territory where there is a lot of challenges, from the public, from officialdom, from followers of the game, and even your managers, be it your employees, the FA. Have you factored all these in, and how are you going to assess the situation and cope?
Yeah, I've been coach, like I said, head coach in the senior football for over 18 years. I've been coaching a little bit in many different countries, and I know that people will look at the last result, and that's how good I am. If we win, like you said, people will think that I'm a really good coach. If we lose, the opposite. That's how it is, and I think. I don't see that's something that is negative. I see that I love that people here is so interested in when it comes to football, that they discuss and they think, and like you said, that everybody are the best coaches here. It shows that they have passion for the football, for this beautiful game. It shows that they are interested in and to know how it goes for the women's team here as well. So I'm okay with that, and as long as we improve and I know that we're doing the right thing. I will just work hard and try my best.
In terms of history, women's football and Ghana in the recent years, we have been ever present and one of the best on the continent. Do these history and these factors also give you cause to worry?
No, it's. I think like I was talking about. I think it shows so much that the people here are so interested in the football. They really want to believe in the players, in the teams, and everything. History is a part of that as well. So I think from now is for me is to keep focused and do the best thing for every day from now. And the history is what it is, and now we need to make a new history and a good one.